Welcome, welcome! It's Mud Dog with the Texas Space Navy bringing you another Star Citizen video. I just got through working a really long day, but I wanted to bring you some information about the latest roadmap drops while we show you a video of some of the gameplay we had last night in our org ops. I apologize for the first part where I have crackers in my mouth. Don't worry, you don't have to hear that. Okay, so in the video, we're doing a couple of different FPS type missions. Thought you guys might enjoy that. But let's get on to the roadmap. So right now we're waiting on 3.10 to even come out on the regular PTU for everybody to play with and experience. Is that going to happen? We hope so. I hope by the end of this week that it'll be out live, I'm hoping. But by August 1st at the latest. But there are some major bugs that they're still trying to get over, of course. We're kind of used to this at this point, aren't we? But let's move on to what they released for the roadmap. So there is going to be a 3.12 patch that's going to be Q4 2020. 4.0 won't come in play until at least the next year, the first quarter of next year. So let's find out what is going on in 3.11 and 3.12. First off, under locations in 3.11, we've got the space station cargo deck 26 out of 46. So that has been making progress, but they did slip the refinery deck back to 3.12. We'll get into that in a little bit as well. AI, they have ship AI, hazard awareness, and avoidance. That is scheduled, so they haven't really started working on that they're showing us. FPS combat improvements and polishing, scheduled. They haven't really started much on that as well, at least not in the roadmap. There probably has been some stuff going on behind the scenes that we don't know about. Gameplay for improved throw, like for grenades and everything, that is now 35 out of 56. I can remember when they only had like 8 tasks in this little improved throw, and it's blown up to 56 tasks. So let's hope we have a pretty robust system for throwing objects. Elevator panels, 0 out of 3. So you know they haven't reworked any of the elevator panels to look like the ones at New Babbage as of yet. Hopefully that's not going to be a very difficult fix, but I imagine that's going to take some time. So I'm not going to expect them to start on that probably until halfway through 3.11, I would imagine. Like, working on it, rather. Object push and pull. This could be a very big thing for moving cargo, like bigger crates, maybe tipping over tumbrils or dragonflies that they get knocked over on their sides or upside down. So that will be pretty important, but there's nothing done on that on the roadmap. It's still scheduled. Missile operator mode. A lot of people have been waiting on that. That will actually improve the ballista and some ships that actually fire missiles and stuff that you'll be able to control. That has been scheduled, nothing done. Death animation improvements, it shows 0 out of 5, but we know that they've been working on some of that for Squadron 42. So there's some stuff being done behind the scenes. That task will probably blow up bigger than 5, but we'll have to wait and see. Law System version 2, Surrender. We know they've been working on this for a couple of patches, and it is 7 out of 14, so it's only halfway done. I'm not sure what else they have to do on it or what all that entails. I'm sure there's a lot of scripting, a lot of coding having to be done to deal with AI behaviors and stuff there. Now we move on to ships and vehicles on 3.11. The Origin 100i is now 19 out of 30, so it's over halfway done. The 125A is 3 out of 25. 135C is 3 out of 25. Those ships, once you see one of them get built and finished, the other ships are going to fall in really quick. Typically, that's the way it works when they have variants like that. It doesn't take them long to work on the extra stuff or the extra ships. They just have to do a little bit of this here and there to fix them up and make them, complete. The Mercury Star Runner is 30 out of 115. So we know they've added more tasks since this first started. It was at 99, and the task is now up to 115. They've only completed about 30 on it. I'm pretty sure it's further along than that, but that's just what they're showing us. Then we move into weapons and items. The Grey Cat FPS multi-tool cutting attachment is scheduled. We know we have a cutting attachment, but it doesn't really work for much, and that's going to improve within the game sooner or later. Then we also have the Bearing GP33 grenade launcher. It's 20 out of 30. This gun, I believe, was being worked on back in 3.8. Actually, it might have been even before then, and it just kept getting pushed back and back and back. In the latest Star Citizen Live, they showed off some of the mechanics for this. It was pretty cool. I like the way it's turning out. It could be really awesome, fun gun to have. Under Core Tech, we've got ground cover buoyancy, however you want to say it. So really, they're just putting like seaweeds and other stuff on water to simulate the buoyancy, floating, and all of that. That's going to be important for when we can actually swim. Then we have the server to client actor network rework, which seems to be in a lot of the patches. It's 1 out of 3. I'm hoping that's moving more and more towards, some server meshing, iCache, that sort of thing. But I think it's just improving the code for network stuff. So let's move on to 3.12. I have a few minutes here to discuss some of the stuff in 3.12. The very first thing on the roadmap is the mystery armor. So they have some sort of armor they want to surprise us with in 3.12. No clue what that's going to be at all. None whatsoever. I don't know why they're even doing it as far as mystery armor. I don't know why they don't just leave it off the roadmap and surprise us. But it's there, and it's being worked on. Then you have the space station refinery deck. As I said, it slipped from 3.11 recently, and this is they went into more detail on what the refinery deck is going to have. So you will go and mine your ore, on whatever asteroid or planet or whatever you're on, bring it back to a refinery deck on a space station, and there will be certain places on the refinery decks that you can refine certain ores. So you'll have it start to refine the ores, and after a while it will come back as refined material. And the refined material can be sold for a lot more than the raw material. So there's going to be definitely some incentive for refining your ores, because it'll make it worth a lot more money. And of course, people will use the refined ores, or the factories will use refined ores eventually to create, different objects like ships or components or foods or whatever. I don't know. They're going to use it for all sorts of different stuff, Moby glass, etc. But yeah, that's what you can look for: the space station refinery deck and station-based refining. So that's a task that they added as far as gameplay at the refinery decks, and it's 39 out of 53. So it's coming way along faster to me than the refinery deck itself. But they're not that far from being done, either one of them. Could that find its way in 3.11? Maybe. I don't know for sure. Then we have polishing, which is weapon zeroing, which is in the polishing state. So that is a really cool feature that they have added. It's really interesting that's already in polishing in 3.12. Why doesn't it come out in 3.11 or even 3.10? I don't know if CIG can explain that one. It's way off. I don't know why we're not getting this earlier if it's in a polishing state. But they're going to make it much easier to shoot at further range by zeroing your weapon a lot easier. And then the final one that they have listed in 3.12 is the multi-tool tractor beam. So this is going to be another attachment that you can add on to your multi-tool, and it'll help you be able to move bigger boxes and cargo, and probably even help you right some tipped over vehicles, like the Grey Cat buggy or your Cyclones or Dragonflies. Hopefully it'll give you that capability. I know push and pull could possibly, but the tractor beam should give us some of that, and it's going to be like the first iteration of the tractor beam. So we might see a bigger version in 4.0 on the ships that have it, like the Caterpillar or the Cutlass. Those ships were supposed to have tractor beams on them. So it should be interesting there to see if they actually, get that in by 4.0. And I'll be interested to see what they do as far as 3.12 in that handheld tractor beam. Now you could switch over to Squadron 42 stuff and see what progress they've made there, but I gotta be honest, I don't think they've actually updated this in quite a while. I'm checking it out right now. Yeah, just it doesn't seem like it's really been updated at all. You know, you have some of the ships and stuff that they haven't made any progress on whatsoever. So that's something we need to hopefully get more information on soon. Obviously, we know they've worked on the Javelin and the Idris a little bit because it was in 3.9 during flight week, but the interiors aren't done. So what did they do? Did they scrap some of their work and go back and they're finishing it up? We don't know. We got also some of the other ships. We know that from the leaks, Star Citizen leaks, that they have worked on a lot of ships and the interiors, that some of them are practically done. We won't see them until Squadron 42. So unfortunately, we're going to have to wait a little while on those. And my guess is till after the first of the year. I don't know. What are they going to do for CitizenCon this year? We don't know that either yet. I mean, we know they're not going to have CitizenCon, but they're going to have a virtual thing, I'm sure. Are they going to wait until November to do it with the cell? We don't know any of that information either. So, yeah, that's pretty much the news right now. Something a little bit more. Do you guys like seeing my cam? I know it's a little glitchy right now because I did something funky with the background. I know I have an ugly mug up there, my face. So, if you guys want to see more videos with me actually in it using the webcam, let me know in the comments down below, because I plan on doing some streaming soon, and I'm trying to set it up to where I can actually get my face in the stream. Does it need to be bigger, smaller, there, not there? Do you like the background? Do you want to have... I mean, I really don't want to show my whole room off in the background. It's not exactly the greatest space for computer gaming live on stream, but I don't mind doing some sort of blended background there, and I might pay a little bit to make it a bit higher frame so it's not as glitchy and sucky. But yeah, let me know what you think about that, guys. I certainly appreciate any and all input on that. I really do. Also, shout out to my org. These guys came together last night to have a little fun doing some org ops. It was kind of unofficial. We haven't really done much as far as the org ops here, as we've been waiting on 3.10 to come in these last month or two, because 3.9's been really bad for doing org ops. All the 30Ks, people getting disconnected and that sort of thing. So I really do appreciate everybody that came on last night to participate. I hope you all had fun. I know I did. It was a blast. I can't wait till we can actually do some more stuff on the regular. We're planning on doing a tournament. That'll be a lot of fun. You know, we've got a lot of things planned for Org Ops, and when Theaters of War get here, that's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be a lot of training and stuff that we do. So if you guys are actually interested in joining with the Org Ops or even join the Org, you can get that information down below in the Discord for the Org and for our Discord, which is where we communicate most of the time. You can get in on some of those Org Ops, even if you're not in the Org, just to have some fun. As long as you're cool, you know, you can join us there. A lot of friendly folks there, so check it out for sure. I do want to thank all my Patreon and YouTube members. You guys are awesome. It really does help me. I can't explain to you how much you've helped over these last couple of months and continue to help. If you want to become a Patreon or YouTube member, that information is going to be down below as well. So please check that out. Thank you guys again for viewing my videos. Make sure you hit that like button if you like this video. Hit that subscribe button if you've never subscribed, and most of you haven't. So check that out, please. I'm Mud Dog with the Texas Space Navy, and I'll see you out in the verse.